The next topic is TCP/IP reference model. So here OSI model is conceptual model that defines network communication used by the systems open to interconnection and communication with other systems. On the other hand, the TCP/IP reference model helps you to determine how a specific computer should be connected to internet and how you can be transmitted between them. So the TCP/IP reference model helps you to determine how a specific computer should be connected to internet and how you can be transmitted the data between them. Okay, that is the difference between OSI reference model and TCP/IP reference model. So OSI reference model has 7 layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. In case of TCP/IP reference model, this TCP/IP reference model has only 4 layers. First one, host to network, next internet, transport, application. Host to network, internet, transport, application. So here host to network layer is a combination of physical layer and data link layer. Okay, physical layer and data link layer. Next, second one, network layer. Third one, transport layer. Fourth one, application layer. So there are only 4 layers in TCP/IP reference model. So host to network, that is combination of physical layer and data link layer. Second one, network layer. Third one, transport layer. And last one, application layer. So 2 layers are not present in this layer. Those layers are session layer and presentation layer. Session layer and presentation layer are not present in the TCP/IP reference model. Okay, that is the major difference. OSI has 7 layers, TCP/IP has 4 layers. Okay, 2 layers that are present in the OSI reference model, those are session layer and presentation layer, are not present in the TCP/IP reference model. So this TCP/IP reference model has 4 layers. So now we discuss each layer. That is first one, physical layer and data link layer, that is called host to network layer. Second one, so second one here, network layer. Third one, transport layer. Fourth one, application layer. So first layer, host to network, that is combination of physical layer and data link layer. So first one, network access or host to network layer. So here this host to network layer is the lowest layer of TCP/IP model. Okay, so this host to network layer is a combination of physical layer and data link layer that are defined in the OSI reference model. So this layer defines how data should be sent physically through the network. So this host to network layer defines how the data should be sent physically through the network. So this host to network or network access layer is responsible for transmission of data between 2 devices on the same network. This layer is responsible for transmission of data between 2 devices on the same network. Okay, so the protocols used by this layer are Ethernet, token ring, FDDI, okay, packet radio, your ARPANET, SATNet, satellite network, okay, satellite network, packet radio, local area network. All these are networks in the host to network layer. Okay, ARPANET, SATNet, packet radio, and LAN. Next, second one, internet or network layer. Here, second layer in the TCP/IP reference model is internet layer or network layer. So this internet layer is second layer of the TCP/IP model. So here internet layer is also called as network layer. So the main responsibility of network layer is to send packets from any network. Okay, send the packets from any network, one network to another network. Okay, or send the packets from source to destination in one network. So the different protocols in the network layer are IP, internet protocol. So the responsibilities of internet protocol is IP addressing, host to host communication, data encapsulation, fragmentation, routing, All these are responsibilities of this internet protocol. Okay. IP addressing, host to host communication, data encapsulation, fragmentation, and routing. All these are the responsibilities of internet protocol that is present in the network layer or internet layer. So the main responsibility of internet layer is to send the packets from source to destination. Next, third one, transport layer. So the transport layer is responsible for reliability, flow control, and correction of data which is being sent over the network. The transport layer is responsible for reliability, flow control, and correction of data which is being sent over the network. So we already discussed about transport layer in the TCP OSI reference model. Okay, we already discussed transport layer in the OSI reference model. That means the responsibility of transport layer is acknowledgement of successful data transmission and retransmit the data if any error is found. So the main responsibility of transport layer is when sender sends the data to receiver, if the receiver receives the data, then receiver sends the acknowledgement to sender, yes, the data is received. Okay, if there is any error, then that sender retransmits the data. That is the main responsibility of transport layer. So two protocols present in the transport layer, TCP, transmission control protocol, and second one is the UDP, user datagram protocol. So here UDP, user datagram protocol, this protocol provides a connectionless service and end-to-end delivery of transmission. And this user datagram protocol is unreliable protocol. Okay, that means this UDP protocol discovers the errors but not specify the error. Okay, this UDP protocol find the errors but not specify the error. Okay, and next one TCP. So this TCP is connection oriented service. So this TCP is reliable protocol as it detects the error and retransmits the damaged frames. So TCP is reliable protocol and UDP is unreliable protocol, transmission control protocol, user datagram protocol. These two protocols present in the transport layer. So TCP reliable protocol, UDP unreliable protocol. That means TCP find the error and retransmit the damaged frames. But in case of UDP, it find the error but not specify the error. Next, last one, application layer. So this application layer is the topmost layer in the TCP IP model. So this layer is responsible for handling high level protocols, and this application layer allows the user to interact with the application. So this application layer allows the user to interact with the applications. So different protocols present in the application layer are Telnet, telecommunication network, FTP, file transfer protocol, and SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol, and last one DNS, domain name system. So here domain name system, that means an IP address is used to identify connection of host to the internet uniquely, but domain name system means the system that maps the name to the address. Domain name system, the system that maps the name to the address, that is called domain name system. Okay. FTP, file transfer protocol, this protocol is used for transmitting the files from one computer to another computer. File transfer protocol, this protocol is used for transmitting the files from one computer to another computer. Next, simple mail transfer protocol. So this protocol supports email. Okay, this protocol is used to send the data to the another email address. Simple mail transfer protocol. This protocol is used to send the data to email address. So different protocols present in the application layer in TCP IP reference model are FTP, file transfer protocol. This file transfer protocol is used for transmitting the files from one computer to another computer. Next, simple mail transfer protocol. This protocol is used to send the data to email address. Next, domain name system. So this system maps the name to the address. These are the different protocols in application layer in the TCP IP reference model. First layer consists of the different types of networks: project agency network, advanced research project agency network. So this network was used to improve computer equipment. Okay, so this ARPANET is effective communication method for military. Okay, and second one SATNet, that is satellite network, and next third one packet radio, and fourth one LAN, local area network. So these are the different networks in host to network layer. And second one, network layer. So the protocols are TCP, transmission control protocol, that is connection oriented protocol, and UDP, user datagram protocol, that is connectionless protocol. Telnet, okay, that is terminal network. This telnet is terminal network. So this network defines how the data and commands are sent across the network. Terminal network. So this one is a type of protocol that enables one computer to connect local computer. Okay. And next, file transfer protocol. This protocol is used for transmitting the files from one computer to another computer. Next, SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. So this protocol is used to send the data to another email address. Next, domain name system. This system maps the name to address, IP address. Okay. So this is about TCP IP reference model. Differences between OSI reference model and TCP IP reference model. So first difference is, so OSI reference model has 7 layers and TCP IP reference model has only 4 layers. So session layer and presentation layer are not present in the TCP IP reference model. Okay. So TCP IP reference model helps you to determine how specific computer should be connected to internet and how you can transmit the data between them. So whereas OSI reference model, so this reference model defines a logical network and describes computer packet transfer by various layers of protocols. So here OSI is protocol independent and TCP IP is protocol dependent. That means protocol independent means here OSI acting as communication gateway between network and end user. Here TCP model, it allows connection of ports over a network. And next, in OSI reference model, next difference, OSI model has presentation layer and session layer, and TCP IP model has only 4 layers, and this TCP does not have the presentation layer and session layer. Okay. And next difference, protocols are hidden in OSI model. That means these protocols are easily replaced by any other protocol. Here, replacing the protocol is not easy in TCP/IP reference model. And last one, here OSI model defines services, interface, and protocols very clearly and makes clear difference between them. Okay, here OSI model is protocol independent. That means one protocol is not depend on another protocol. And here in TCP/IP model, protocols are not clearly separated. Here TCP/IP is protocol dependent. OSI is protocol independent. That means one protocol is not dependent on another protocol. Okay, protocols, there is a difference between protocols in OSI model. And in TCP/IP model, protocols are not separated. That means one protocol is dependent on another protocol. So TCP/IP model is protocol dependent. So these are the differences between OSI reference model and TCP/IP reference model. So this is the end of unit 1. So in this class we discussed TCP/IP reference model and differences between OSI reference model and TCP/IP reference model.